When you see news like LastPass breach for the nobody can count it anymore time, it really makes you question, are password managers safe? Now you might think that ditching a password manager for the olden methods is the way to go, but notebooks can be stolen, files with your logins can be hacked, and if you think you'll remember your passwords, then you either have an excellent photographic memory, or more likely your passwords are way too weak. I mean, look at this. According to researchers, anything shorter than 8 characters can be cracked in a matter of minutes, and the complexity of it doesn't change a thing. You want to stay in the green zone, and that requires long and basically nonsensical logins. This is where you really start wondering, should I use a password manager after all? And then we bump right back into the main question, can you trust password managers? And no, not always. But you can find a trustworthy option, and here's how to do it. First, we need to figure out what makes a password manager safe. The main thing here is strong encryption. It makes your passwords nearly impossible to crack, especially if the encryption type is up to modern standards. The strongest password managers these days use the AES 256-bit cipher, so if you see that when picking a password manager, it's a great first sign. But that's not all. Company security practices are absolutely crucial as well. The best sign of this is a zero-knowledge policy. That means that nobody inside the company will ever be able to view your passwords. Usually they're going to be encrypted and decrypted locally on your device, making it impossible for anyone else to view your data. Now look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. A big part of your password safety is on you. If you create a weak master password, criminals will be able to easily get into your vault. And even if you think your password is strong enough, I still advise you to take the extra step and use two-factor authentication, 2FA for short. This adds another essential layer of security when it comes to accessing your vault. Usually you can choose between a few methods: SMS, email, biometric data, or authenticator apps. Okay, but here's another question. Is it possible to get all of this security for free? Well, it's no secret that there's a lot of stigma even around the best free password manager options. Most of them don't have all the necessary security options. However, the main issue with free software comes from its limits. Premium password managers are usually way more advanced, have stronger encryption, and are way less buggy since they actually have a budget to fix any issues that arise. Also, it's not that uncommon for free apps to be very questionable or even straight up infected with malware. That's why you have to be especially careful with free password manager offerings. However, there are some differences from a practical point as well. Paid software comes with additional security and privacy features. They often have tools that evaluate your password strength, tell you when it's time to change it, and even provide strong password generators. Plus, the most reliable options tend to contain data breach checkers, which notify you about breaches related to your account, including the details of what info was leaked. This way, if there's an issue, you can take action right away, change your passwords, and secure your accounts. Now, I'm not saying that all premium password managers will be absolutely safe. I mean, look at LastPass or the one login password manager fiasco. It's still essential to do your research and only consider additional tools when you verified the security of your choice. And if you don't want to overthink it, then I'll link the options I often review and trust in the description. I'll put their biggest current deals in there too, in case you want a discount. However, before that, let's discuss different types of password managers and their main benefits. Most often, you'll see the term cloud-based password manager. This means that the password manager stores your encrypted data within their network. This allows you to sync your data across different devices and access your passwords more easily. The opposite of that would be local password managers, which store all your data within your device. While this might seem safer, if you lose or damage your device, you'll lose all your logins as well. Another term that gets thrown around is an open source password manager. This means that their source code is public and anyone with coding knowledge can review it. Yet vulnerabilities are still bound to appear, and honestly, you need to be really tech savvy to check and understand the code. So, is Password Manager safe if it's not open source? Yes, because instead of regular people looking for vulnerabilities, they often have dedicated teams of experts that look for weak spots and fix them. However, more importantly, they invite third-party security companies to perform security audits. which turns the "trust me bro" kind of situation into actual security proof. There are various password managers that are reliable and fall into one or the other of my mentioned categories, but if I had to name a few off the top of my head, I'd recommend looking into NordPass, Keeper, or RoboForm. NordPass is one of the easiest to use password managers out there. The learning curve is almost zero, so beginners won't get lost. Yet advanced users won't feel disappointed either. In terms of safety, NordPass checked off all my requirements: zero knowledge policy, security audits, 2FA options, plus their encryption is a step ahead of the competition with the modern XChaCha 20 replacing AES 256. This is the same encryption cipher used by Google and other tech giants. NordPass doesn't disappoint in terms of features either, from a password generator to a health checker. Yet my favorite thing is how seamless their autofill is. The icon shows up near the login boxes, you just click it and you are done. There is an option to get a limited NordPass version for free, but considering how cheap this provider already is, I'd recommend choosing the premium plan. It'll contain all the advanced features for the best security. However, if you want to save a bit, then you can choose the family plan and split the price with up to 6 users. Keeper Password Manager is another best password manager candidate, and this one stands out with a plethora of features. For example, there's the self-destructing capability, which will destroy your data if someone attempts to breach your account. Keeper Chat is another notable mention, with which you can send encrypted messages that will actually stay private. The chat isn't only secure, it also looks modern with all the necessary tools you'd expect, like a media gallery or group chats. But is Keeper secure? Well, it's definitely keeping up with the latest industry standards: AES 256-bit encryption, zero knowledge policy, and multiple 2FA options, including their own authenticator app. However, although I like Keeper and its exclusive features, this password manager is a little pricey, and even then, some things come with an additional paywall, like their breach watch feature. So yeah, I'd only recommend this one if you want the extra stuff and you can afford to pay for it. Now, if you want a more affordable yet secure option, then I recommend RoboForm. It's been around for ages at this point, like the godfather of password managers. Yet it's keeping up with modern standards really well. Their security is top-notch and they haven't had any breaches to date. Nevertheless, what makes RoboForm different from NordPass or Keeper is the look of its PC app. To me, it seems a bit outdated and could be improved to make it feel less cluttered. That said, the apps work great and RoboForm has a great application as well with a much more modern layout. Now, besides the basic password manager functionality, what I found most convenient about RoboForm is its form filling feature, since it has templates for a variety of different online documents. On top of that, it's really cheap, like really cheap. I was able to find a very big discount for them, which slashes their usual pricing in half. I'll put the link to that in the description, and hopefully that discount stays up for a while. But don't sleep on it if you're interested in RoboForm. It's one of the safest password manager options after all. Now, I could continue this list with many other names: Dashlane, 1Password, Bitwarden. So if you didn't find your pick between the 3 options I mentioned, subscribe to our channel. We have reviews on many other top password managers. Now, as you probably understand by now, I can't say yes to the general "Are password managers safe?" question, because it depends. There are a lot of unsafe options out there and tons of scams. But if you do your research and you know what security features to look out for, then yes, you can find a secure password manager that will keep your data safe and won't cost a fortune. Hey, thanks for watching till the end. If you're still wondering which password manager to pick, click that box on the side. It will take you to a list of the most reputable providers along with their best current deals. Enjoy.